Hey there, and welcome back to Online Financial Foundations. I am so excited that you are here. Let's go ahead and dive in. So in this first lesson, we are going to talk about why the money stuff matters. And more specifically, you're going to learn what a financially fit business really is. I use this term a lot, so this is super important. And you're also going to learn why understanding the money stuff really matters, even if you're just at the beginning of your business. So let's dive into this first one. What is a financially fit business? Well, when I say a financially fit business, I'm talking about a business that has systems in place to manage the money stuff, everything from collecting money to paying bills, to paying yourself, to paying taxes. You've got a system for it all. I'm also talking about a business that is set up so that you can get the information you need to make more money. And yes, the information in your business will help you make more money. We're going to talk about that later on. When I talk about a financially fit business, I'm also talking about a business that doesn't stress you out when it comes to the money stuff, because you know that everything is set up properly and it's managed and taken care of, and it's not something that you have to be burdened with. I want to drop a bit of a truth bomb here. You cannot have a financially successful business without having your financial house in order. Now, look, yeah, maybe you can go on for, a few months or maybe even a year or two making some decent money and not have any of this stuff set up. And you'll get by, you'll get through. But ultimately, it's going to bite you in the you-know-what, whether that's going to be a big tax bill you weren't expecting, or it's going to be just missing out on deductions for expenses that you paid. It's not going to work long-term for your business. And that's why this stuff matters so much. So I also wanted to share with you some of the benefits of having the money stuff in your business set up. Wouldn't it be nice if you never had to worry about your bank account being empty? I remember those days where I would anxiously check, just hoping there was enough money in there to pay my bills. Wouldn't it be great if tax time was a breeze? And yes, it's actually possible. Stick with me and I will show you how. And wouldn't it be great if you knew what to pay yourself and you were actually paying yourself on a consistent basis? These are all benefits you can have when you have the money stuff set up. You can also get lots of sales because getting paid is easy. When you make it easy for people to pay you, you'll find more money comes in. And another benefit of having the money stuff in your business set up is that you'll always know how your business is doing financially. And the beauty of that is that then you'll have the information you need to make adjustments and pivots as necessary so that your business can do even better. Okay, but those are the high-level things about a financially fit business and why this matters. But let's actually dive in to some specific examples of why you should care about the money stuff. So before I actually show you how to manage it, I want to show you why I want you to care. Tell me if this sounds familiar. You started your business and you have no clue what you're doing. You're trying to figure out everything, right? From marketing to websites to social media. So you start Googling for answers. I don't know if this is you, but this was definitely me. Well, pretty quickly, you feel overwhelmed by the sheer volume of information out there. And it just feels like you're drowning. This is when things start to go downhill. We start to tell ourselves stories that are going to harm our business. Stories like, well, I'll worry about the money stuff later. Or stories like, I'm not good at numbers, so I can't figure this out. Or maybe you've told yourself, it's just a side hustle. This doesn't really matter right now. Well, here's my warning to you. These are BS stories, and they're just keeping you from being the badass business owner that I know you are. I want to introduce you to a few of my clients. Now, I've hidden their real names and their pictures for their own personal sake, but these are all real examples of my clients who struggled with the money stuff before they came to work with me. So in this first example, I want you to meet Lisa. Lisa started and built a really successful business, but she skipped over the money stuff at the beginning. Unfortunately, a few years in, it came back to haunt her when she was audited by the IRS. She didn't have good records. She had no systems in place. And so she ended up losing out on a lot of deductions because she couldn't substantiate them. And it turns out she also underreported her income, which is a really big no-no in the eyes of the IRS. So long story short, Lisa had to pay over $5,700 and sacrifice multiple weekends away from her family just trying to clean up this mess, and just as a result of not having the money stuff in place. I also want to tell you about Kelly. So Kelly started her business and figured that she would hire an accountant down the road when she made some money. She launched her first course. It went really well. She made over $40,000, but she didn't realize at the time that she had to pay quarterly taxes. And so she didn't set any money aside. And then April hit and she got a $10,000 tax bill and she couldn't pay it. It was a really stressful time for her, and she had to scrounge up the money in ways that were really uncomfortable for her, and she's still paying off that debt today. I also want to tell you about my client, Sarah. So when I first met her, she was scrambling, trying to bring on every single client to build her business. No matter what she did, no matter how many clients she brought on, no matter how much money she had coming in the door, she felt completely burnt out. And the reason was, as it turns out, she wasn't tracking the money in her business. So she had absolutely no clue that after factoring in the cost of her time, she was actually losing money in her business because she was charging such little amounts for what she did. It just didn't make sense for her to do the work that she was doing. So these are all real client examples, and these are not isolated examples either. I have lots of clients and folks in my community who have very similar stories. So I want to drop another truth bomb on you. Not paying attention to the money stuff will cost you time, stress, and money. I can almost guarantee it, and there's not a lot I can guarantee in this world. But what I'm going to teach you today will give you a solid financial foundation so that you don't end up in hot water like my clients did. Now, your action item for today's lesson is pretty simple. Block out about an hour or so to watch the rest of the videos. It's okay if you don't want to do it all today, but get that time on your calendar so that you make sure you can come back and go through each lesson and follow up on the action items. In this lesson, you learned what a financially fit business is and why the money stuff matters. In this next lesson, you're going to discover the one money mindset shift I believe you need to make to be successful. All right, friends, I will see you in the next lesson.